everyone. Welcome to Foresee's anniversary. Yay! Round of applause, round of applause. I am one of the team members of the Foresee Foundation, and I have been here since day one. So I am 10 years old today as well. And if it wasn't because of the person to the right of me, I would not have been here. Miss Jose Summers, who is the founder, well, co-founder, founder, yeah.
Co-founder.
Co-founder. We'll introduce Mr. Nicolas in a bit, but we have one of the founders here, Jose Summers, my right hand, technically. She is on my right hand. And she's here. One day she gave me a call. She told me about this wonderful project. And it's not the first time she's done it. Over the last 10 years, she's been calling me and asking me to be a part of these projects.
Gotta be good at that.
Yeah, and it's very, very difficult for me to tell her no. She was my teacher in high school as a gym teacher. I couldn't say no then, and I still can't say no now. So without further ado, we would like to welcome each and every one again to this wonderful, wonderful event. 10 years strong, and we're hoping that we can go even 10 more and beyond, right?
We move on.
Yes.
Woo! Yes. Oh, that sounds good.
We started already with our, yeah. So let's continue, and we have on behalf of the board, for the board of Foresee, we have the president, Mr. Leonidas Lloyd. Has a few words to say to each and every one today.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. And similar to Super, that's how I got caught in Foundation Foundation as well too. Also, my gym teacher also approached me, couldn't say no either. So I know how it is, brother. You see how it is. I know. Yes. So again, thank you all for coming. My name is Leonard Lloyd, and as representative of the board of the Foresee Foundation, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight, making the time for this special occasion. Because we want to celebrate a decade of providing and teaching those in need and with a desire for self-betterment. And on October 18th, 2013, Jose, Marcus, and Mr. Erwin Wolfhouse had the Foresee Foundation officially founded and notarized, and the rest is history, as they say. The 4 C's of Foresee Foundation, which are communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking, have been the 4 pillars that have only grown in strength for the Foresee Foundation since its inception in 2013. With projects that have been provided aid during the lowest points in time that may have ever been experienced for St. Martin, namely Hurricane Irma and the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, these pillars held strong to provide education, reconstruction, and support however and wherever possible. The growth of the foundation has evolved to where it has brought nonprofit organizations together to be strengthened together through Empower in 2018, and even brought the community together with a 5th C, with culture, with the highly successful launch and continuation of the Suwalichi Stories that is still going on today, which has been very popular, also in part with Super as well.
Couldn't say no.
We know it is, we know it is. And that's where our folk legends were brought to life audibly and visually to all. And last but not least, through the manner of innovative ways to provide more support to all, Foresee, together with the St. Martin Development Fund, they launched Volunteer.access to extend the possibility of assistance to even wider audiences today. So I would like to acknowledge at this point the longest serving persons, which are namely again, Jose, Kevin, and by extension our cameraman Rob. Exactly, he definitely could not.
I was forced.
It's not his teacher.
But it's for a good reason, it's for a good cause, Rob. So we all understand, we all understand. So we want to thank those who, again, been there for that throughout the whole 10 years, because I myself only joined around 2017. So again, thank you for having the vision to continue doing this for a whole decade. And we're looking forward to 10 more years of the Foresee Foundation doing everything that it's doing now and for the future.
Yes. Now, as Leo mentioned, most people think about Foresee Foundation, especially during the pandemic and after Hurricane Irma. But as we've said, we've been around for 10 years. So way before the hurricane, we've been around with great projects like DigiKids. I'm not sure if many of you remember that, where we had the laptops and the different tablets.
We have a lady sitting
Oh,
there
yes.
because she will talk later.
We'll get to
because
her in
once
just a
she
bit.
starts.
Yes, so we started that project. We also had the media lab in the library, which was great. We had the elderly coming to take classes. We had kids coming to the library each and every day to work on their projects. And it was so sad after the hurricane, when we saw the media lab, how it got destroyed. Not only by the storm, but by people that came in after to the library and basically took away everything that we worked so hard for, from all the different sponsors and everything that we got.
So we saved that nice interactive television.
Yes, we did.
That was saved from the library, and it passed away 3 months ago. But it had its purpose. I would like to go back a little bit to that time, because right now we are into Empower and all these projects, but if we didn't have done DigiKids, thanks to American funding, big American funding, we would not have been here today. Normally you start a foundation for a passion. Now this was very business-wise, because we were connected with a project in Anguilla, and it is literally, we want to help St. Martin, and you need to write a project and set up a foundation. And we were talking about money over $1 million. So then it's worthwhile to set up a foundation and start thinking, how can we help St. Martin? So that is where we decided, because we were really having this digital gap in the schools, where we felt like, hey, we need to be running behind with the rest of the world. We have to increase the use of technology in the schools. Not computer labs, no computers, laptops in the classroom and integrated into the subjects. And that is where it all started, because you cannot do that alone. You need to actually have the teachers on board. You need to have a decent network. One of our biggest challenges was that the funder, a big American trust, said, hey, no way that we pump this money into St. Martin if you don't have decent internet. And you remember we had 8 MB in the schools. In the schools, like Asha Stevens, with 513 kids. So how are you going to sell that to a funder? So we were very, very happy. He couldn't be here tonight, but Glenn Carty with UTS at that time, he has done a fantastic role in helping us. We got later support of Telem. And then, we have so many people here who all were part of that. So we moved. Then, I remember after 2 schools, Biff, and I think also Seventh-day Adventist school this year was also a DigiKid school. Then they were like business people, corporate, they said, we are not pumping in more money into St. Martin. You now need to do 1 school yourself. So, oh my gosh. So we literally fundraised with all the kids, both schools, we fundraised $100,000 for the Helmy Schneider schools. Thanks to also, for a big deal, also the service clubs, Rotary St. Martin, Rotary Mid-Island. So that was a big thing. And then we had the Media Lab, which was our fun project, because we had this 3D printer, we had a laser cutter, so we did really awesome things. And we did one-stop movie films with kids, so kids would come home and say, this was my best field trip ever. Because they did this nice little movie making and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then before the hurricane,
Yes.
because now I see Mario standing there.
Right? Who can miss Martin?
Because we also did projects. We did like 4 or 5 projects abroad. We are still having connections. Mark Smorenburg is here because we still help. In our volunteer time, we help with grant writing. For 5 years, we get money to the foster home, about $40,000 per year for Haiti. The foster home that is established by his father in Haiti. But we went also to Colombia. And when I see Marvy, I always have to laugh, because when we arrived, and that was a real poor neighborhood, we did a social project there. And when I came, the people had, all the kids in the schools, everybody, they looked at Marvy, they asked the visitors, because they all thought it was an NBA basketball player. So he was really famous. They wanted to come with us to St. Martin, they wanted to become a member of the Foresee Foundation, remember? Yes, so that was really cute.
Yeah, it was. We've had lots of experiences, and thankfully they've all been positive, and not only through us, but like Jose mentioned, and Leo mentioned, it was through the community. Everyone putting their hands in and helping us out with the Foresees, with the communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and also culture. We can't forget that one. This is why we are here today, 10 years later, and still going strong. Right?
Yeah, so maybe we have a little bit of a video for that. And let me see if I have sound. Maybe I can call my husband.
Yeah, we do. Start it over, you say?